Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. We back. We are back, baby.
Yes.
For another episode of The Mind Behind the Curtain.
That's right, y'all. We in the house.
Welcome back, people. Jose, we're doing another episode here, man. We are going to continue with
All Out Conspiracies.
Yeah, we love conspiracies. We've always been a fan of conspiracies, and or fans of conspiracies. And people, we just want to give you a quick disclaimer. These conspiracies that are out there, it's up to you to believe them or not, to make whatever you want to make of them. Some of them manifest into reality. Some of them become true. Some of them not. But always do your research and talk to people and believe what you want to believe, because it's up to you.
Just go with your gut feeling.
Exactly. It's all in your gut feeling. All right. So today, man, in All Out Conspiracies, we're going to talk about, from the moon landing to Roswell, aliens, 9/11, the mountains of Alaska where they have HAARP, Princess Diana, subliminal advertisement, JFK, satanic cults, the reptilian elite, Area 51, and many more.
Yes.
And we're going to try to do it all in 20 minutes.
Okay. Before that, everybody that wants to comment on the conspiracies you believe and don't believe, leave a comment below, because we love to hear what you believe and what you don't believe.
That's right. We want to believe that you are going to be peaceful and you're going to be educated, to leave some respectful
don't protest.
Respect, yeah. Listen, the government wants you to get out there and protest. They want you to get out there and
that's
protest.
not a conspiracy. They are taking pictures of you.
Yeah, they want to see who you are.
Surveillance. Yeah, okay.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. We're under a rigorous, command by the government for us to get out there and
All right, moon landing.
All right, man. Okay, well, we'll go quickly. We'll do a quick thing about moon landing. We've done this a couple of times.
We overdone this.
And bro, I am I really want to believe, because when I was a kid, I had the NASA spaceship or the shuttle. And I had my little toys that were astronauts and landing on the moon. Am I saying astronauts right? Anyway, basically I wanted to go to the moon, and I really believed as a kid that we went to the moon. Now, that being said, after hearing extended evidence of what waits for us past the what's the belt called? The I want to say the Orion belt, but it's not the Orion belt. Anyway, there's the Van Allen.
Van Allen, yeah.
The Van Allen.
Van Allen?
Van Allen belt or whatever. I don't want to.
Anyways, you die.
The Van Allen. Let me see. The Van Allen.
The radiation would kill you.
That's right.
Just put it that way.
So, and I also believe that the amount of pressure that's out there in space and stuff like that, and the conditions, sure, we can live near our atmosphere or within our atmosphere or above our stratosphere, between the moon and the earth. I believe that we can live there. Like we have proof that there's people actually putting up a space station and all this stuff. I believe we can live there. But to actually land on the moon, bro, I don't know, man.
No way, Jose.
No, I don't buy it anymore.
No, I don't.
Either. I gotta be honest with you.
No.
It's if we haven't seen it, in the past 50 or whatever years that it's been, that we haven't been there and actually
we haven't
seen
returned.
Returned.
Okay, to me that just says it all.
Yeah, they said that there were other moon landing missions after the first
Apollo 11.
Yeah, but again,
I don't know.
Well,
okay, say we have.
I am 50-50 with that. I gotta say.
Say we have, and we're there. Just say we have. Maybe we're populating it. Maybe we're mining. Maybe we're dying up there.
Yeah, and that's a conspiracy, right?
Maybe there's a prison.
Yeah, on the other side of the moon, there is supposedly
the dark side. Yeah,
be this base,
alien base.
Yeah, like an alien base that it's there, and that's how we keep our peace with these aliens.
Yeah, see, this is the whole thing too. I want to believe so much because about wow, I think it was like 10, 12 years ago. I had this NASA book.
Yeah.
Because I was so into NASA, man, and space and UFOs and stuff. And in this book, it had pictures of the moon, all parts of the moon, right, besides the dark side. And I saw these photos, and I'm like, this is man-made, this is man-made, this is man-made.
You actually saw structures.
I saw structures.
On the moon.
I saw structures. Now when you look for them on Google or YouTube, it's erased.
Right.
It's gone. They don't exist.
Yeah, yeah.
And my book doesn't exist. I don't know where it went.
Right.
And I'm just like, shit, I had the evidence.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's the thing. Like, I find it very entertaining to imagine that there's already people living there, bro. Like, I would love to see that one day in my lifetime. But again, it could be aliens that don't allow us to go back. Let's get into the Roswell landing. You believe in the Roswell landing?
I do.
100. Or the Roswell crash?
Yeah, the Roswell crash, I totally believe that,
Which ties in the Area 51, right?
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah. Apparently, the aircraft that they found, they brought it to a base, and from that base, then they moved it into Area 51.
And they dissected some aliens and stuff like that. Like they actually were able to communicate with some aliens, and some of these aliens could actually telepathically communicate with humans.
Okay, well, first off, if it's a weather balloon, why do you have dummies on a weather balloon? Does it make sense? They collect dummies from a weather balloon? Yeah. Since in what part of the world people use weather balloons, especially in the United States where this happened, in the past, have they used dummies with the weather balloon? No.
That's right, and that's the thing, right? Like whenever there's a doubt in some type of news that is put out there, and it doesn't make sense, or it leaves you wanting to ask questions, that makes you to believe that it could be something that they're hiding from us. So it turns into a conspiracy.
And on top of that, why do people that saw things, were part of those days, and to their dying last breath on their bed, they say it's true?
Yeah, that's right. Why would they say it in a time when they're passing away, right?
They would.
Yeah, they don't want to take that to their grave. They want to be able to let people know about it.
Exactly.
And you know, like there's a lot of people coming forward. Like, I forgot the guy's name right now, but he actually was interviewed by Joe Rogan and a lot of people, and he.
Oh, the guy that was at Area 51.
And he was part of the engineer.
Yeah.
Man, what's his name? Mark something. I don't know.
You gotta look it up because I got this.
So yeah, man, like this guy says that he witnessed reverse technology, right?
Yeah, and there's a certain element that they use for the technology.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's got some material name again.
Yeah, some
we should have done some research.
I know.
This is where you can tell it's raw.
Sorry. Anyways, yeah. I mean, back to the Roswell. There was a nurse that came forward, and she actually said she saw the dead aliens being dissected or having an autopsy done to them. Right. And this nurse, to this day, her daughter now is saying it's true. And then there's people that were, I guess they were farm owners there, or there's people that run cattle or something like that, cowboys, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
They actually took material from the site, the crash site.
Right.
And they said that they tried to burn it, nothing happened to it. They froze, nothing happened to it. They tried to break it, it wouldn't break, it would form back. You know, all these different things. And I'm like, why would these people go to their grave and say that it's true still? You know what I mean?
And it's amazing. And the guy's name is Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. So look him up, Bob Lazar. Yeah. He talks about all these elements and stuff like that. That was,
and he had a couple of attempts on his life too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. People were trying to snuff him, right? And basically keep him quiet because of all these things. And you know, like as a kid, and this is like just a side note, man, talking about different elements that are out there and materials that can actually disintegrate and then materialize. You know, like I was impressed by just playing with Play-Doh when I was a kid, bro.
I used to eat it.
or that elastic thing, the thing that came in a little like egg-like.
Oh shit! That stuff would just stick to the wall when you threw
the wall, and it would bounce. You could also make it into a bouncy ball. It could actually.
I called it the blob.
Put it on a newspaper and actually take a copy of whatever was in the newspaper.
So cool, man.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I was so mesmerized by that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is cool, man. I have no idea. Like, maybe they took it off the market.
Maybe that's why we're so stupid, because we have it in our system.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. Look at this ball. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into in that sense, let's keep it in the technology realm. HAARP, bro. I know you love this topic about
my
HAARP.
God, HAARP is a crazy thing. I mean, there was what was that guy's name? The governor of California. I think he was the governor of California. No. Sorry, not California. Ventura.
Oh,
Jesse Ventura,
Jesse Ventura.
had his conspiracy theory TV show, and he went to HAARP.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, these guys would not talk to him. He came and he said, "Hey, I got evidence that this is happening." Blah 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 blah. They shut him out. They shut him down. Then he went to a scientist and an engineer.
Yeah.
And they did exactly what HAARP does, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And it does exactly what HAARP does. And I was just like, whoa, it creates like a different format of weather.
That's right.
Change of weather, direction.
Well, when I first heard of HAARP, that was my introduction to HAARP, because it was related to the chemtrails and how this agency who was running all these research programs were actually developing materials or clouds or whatever in order to change the weather patterns and all this stuff. But then I went more into it, and I found out that HAARP, it stood for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Research Program, which basically was focused on mind programming. Kind of like back in the 60s when they had the what we call it, the MK, or no, the K, what was it called, the Ultra MK, MK Ultra programs, and I was like, man, these guys, like, so now they have these instruments that they can actually function at a high frequency that can send out a message
to the ionosphere
through radio frequencies, which they're transmitting all these like auto-linguistic programming or these frequencies with information to certain people that they can actually manipulate in order to for them to come out with their missions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, what the fuck? So not only were they weaponizing weather, but they could actually weaponize human beings. Which
I'm gonna kill you.
Crazy. You're like, maybe it's those sounds that we're listening, man. Like they're actually sending frequencies to the studio here right now.
Who knows? No, but okay. On a serious level, everybody says, "Oh, chemtrails and HAARP, they're not connected." Okay. 2017 in June, all the chemtrails stopped for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because HAARP's contract was up.
Oh shit!
It was being transformed and was being rewritten, and it was being given over to the military.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So basically, they've already ran their time with it, and now
and
now we're gonna stop you, and now we're gonna give it to the military.
Yeah.
So hand over all your research papers.
And basically, all the chemtrails stopped for at least, I think it was 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was blue sky. Then all of a sudden, when the contracts were re-signed and distributed and everything was good, boom, chemtrails started again in July.
Wow.
So right there is the connection, and people have to realize that there is a connection with chemtrails and HAARP.
Right.
And it's changing the weather direction. It's changing what the weather's going to be like. And it's creating something in the atmosphere and it's
Ionic.
ionic.
I know ionospheric. I know ionospheric.
Man, we suck.
We suck at this. Well, that's another thing. It's very entertaining to know or to find out about these companies that are doing all this research on weather, on how to weaponize the weather and how to weaponize radio frequencies. And let's get into Princess Diana and JFK. You know, were these people murdered by certain people that were actually programmed to carry out these murders, to carry out these, or were they just accidents? Obviously, JFK. Boom! That was an assassination,
accident, man.
That's an assassination.
Yeah, and I think also for Diana, it's assassination, man,
100%.
because she knew too much about the
100%.
royal family, man.
Yeah,
and she was against half of what they were up to and what they were about, and man, it's sad, but
again, it happened in a tunnel.
Exactly.
You know, out of sight.
Yeah.
Of people. Right?
Yeah. And out of that, she wasn't happy in her marriage.
That's right.
And she cheated.
Yeah.
While she was married, and that's a no-no in the royal family.
And you know what? I don't want to call out Prince Charles, but like, come on, man, he was probably cheating on her too, man. Because
wait a minute,
didn't he get together with somebody right after?
Hold on. Yeah, but I'm not. Just wait a minute. Do you look at the resemblance of her? Person she cheated on with, which was her what's his name? I forgot his name now.
The guy that Princess Diana was
cheating
with
yeah.
The Egyptian. He was an Egyptian like prince or something like that.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me find that. Let me find that. Keep talking.
Yeah, I believe that he was a teacher for some type of sport or something she was learning. And basically, if you look at her son and him, they're identical, dude.
So you think that was the son? That the son is
that guy's? Yeah.
The father is Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So they said here they did this to avoid the nearly 30 photographers waiting in front of the hotel. Diana and Faid, F-A-E-D? Faid? I don't know. I'm probably murdering the
like
thing.
Like you always do?
I always do. But basically, so Trevor Rees-Jones, a member of the Fayed family personal protection team, was in the right front passenger seat. The occupants were not wearing seat belts. So...
that's not him. That's just who she was with.
Yeah. No, who was Princess Diana in love with when she died?
Yes.
Okay, let's find out. Okay, so the Sun reported that Diana began an affair with, HAARP shortly after her father, Earl Spencer, died in March 92. HAARP was 16 years her senior, and the affair allegedly ended with his wife threatening to file for divorce unless he ended his romance with Diana. So maybe it was the wife that took them out, man. You never know.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, it's crazy, man. But you know, like again, man, it's like look at that car crash there, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many conspiracies revolving around this, and we can go on with Diana.
Yeah.
They said that she was pregnant, that she was expecting a baby.
Yeah, she could have been. We don't know.
You know, all these crazy things, man. Like
maybe she didn't want to suck the baby's blood anymore.
Well, let's get right into that, man. Let's talk about
Genochrome?
Satanic cults, man. What's
Genochrome?
up with satanic cults?
Genochrome?
Well, what's your take on satanic cults, man?
They do exist. They do exist.
Right.
I mean, I was a kid and I went into Stanley Park with my bike one time, and I went down this trail and I saw like weird like stuff just around on barks of trees and stuff like that. So me and my friends, we kept on going, and we found a dead body.
Wow.
And it was tied up. And it was in front, like it was a circle around it with the satanic scripture, the star, upside down star or whatever, kind of thing. I didn't know what that was back then, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I remember it distinctly, and I got the RCMP, the Mountie, because back then in Stanley Park they had freaking police officers on horseback.
Right.
Right, so they would roam around all the time. And I got one, and I brought him over, and then he said, okay, son, you can leave now. And I'm like, okay, we'll take it from here. And I'm like, okay. Gave him my, my information and stuff and left. But I remember it distinctly, right?
Yeah.
And it looked like they were going to burn him, but something stopped them from burning him or something. It was crazy. He was tied up, and basically, like, how they tie, like, back and hands with the feet?
Yeah.
Lynch tied? No, not lynch tied. What is it called? Hog tied.
Hog tied.
Yeah. That's what he was.
Like a sheep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Like here, there's a picture here of a rendition of maybe it was pulled out of a movie, but there's all these movies about satanic rituals, and you see the symbols everywhere. Yeah. And I heard a similar story growing up here in BC about satanic cults. Over at Prince George and over on the island. Mm-hmm. So I mean, obviously these are people that believe in Satan, and all the power to them, man. If they want to believe in that, go ahead. I'm protected by my God. You're protected by your God.
Yeah.
But we should be aware, because that is a conspiracy that is pretty much true. Now the conspiracy that talks about the satanic cults that actually are run by the elite, and that they want to control the world, the masses and stuff. What's your take on that?
I'm just joking. No. Okay. I mean, it's kind of far out there that they're drinking babies' blood, and they're doing all these type of number games or well, what is it called? It's something to do with numbers of the calendar and the dates, and they have to align with what they're going to do to synchronize with the universe and come forth into reality, to manifest into reality, I should say. And yes, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
But into big governments and to these elites and stuff, I'm not sure, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, one time they were reptilian. Now they're cults. Now they're this. Now they're doing.
Well, let's go right into it, man. Let's talk about how a lot of people believe that basically
that motherfucker was in a cult.
Yeah, he created his own cult.
Yeah, he did.
And basically these people that
and this guy
called the reptilian
and this elite. Guy too, man. Right here, hold on, let me get him up here, man.
Oh, remember this guy?
This guy, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well,
he's a freaking insane dude.
He believed that that a spaceship was going to come and take him.
And it was a comet that was coming at the time.
Right around that time. Yeah. They needed to kill themselves in order for their spirits to board
to evolve and go into the spaceship. Yeah. Like
the funny thing is that he went and he's like, we got to dress this way.
Yeah.
So they all had to buy like Nike
blue,
shoes and stuff.
And all blue fatigues.
Oh my God.
Anyway, that's nuts.
So basically, if we go and let's finish this part of the conspiracies talking about the reptilian elite, right? If we did come from a reptilian race,
well, we have a reptilian brain,
and we have all these reptilian qualities.
Yeah,
forget about the monkey stuff, man. Like,
fuck that.
Our skin and everything, it's waterproof. We love water. All these things that indicate that we were kind of like reptilians at one point.
Yeah,
our eyes, our tongues, all this stuff. Blah blah.
Or
blah,
mermaids.
Blah. Or mermaids, whatever. Well, basically, we are right now more than ever under a draconian set of rules, right?
Man.
That seem very harsh, and a lot of times people were talking about this conspiracy and saying that one day we're gonna fall under a draconian set of rules and we're gonna be governed by this. And it's time for us to realize that yes, it's happening to us.
It's already here.
And it's like, what do? Do we adapt and accept it? Do we accept that we are evil? There's an evil part of us that accepts war, that accepts people suffering, that accepts the murder of dolphins. You know what I mean?
I know, that's horrible, man.
And most of us, obviously, we don't, man. We don't agree with any of that shit.
I mean, talking about cults, me and you just talked about it. Like, if the biggest cult was, if it was the government, they're sending off all our children to war.
That's sacrifice.
And that's big time.
They're sacrificing human beings, bro.
Yeah. And depopulation control.
And on that note, there you go. That's another segment, man, of the mind behind the curtain. All about conspiracies, baby.
Yeah, so you know what to do, right? Because there'll be a conspiracy if I come into your door and shoot you if you don't subscribe. I'm just joking.
We don't shoot anyone. I almost believed that, man. All of a sudden, I felt these like radio frequencies coming into the house.
The heart.
I was like,
it's hard.
You got to kill.
It's just the radiation of the TV and the lights. Oh shit!
All right, people. Peace
We out.
Thank you for watching.
Give you a thumbs up
And don't forget to subscribe.
or your thumbs down, but we don't want to see that.
Play us out, man.
No, I don't have anything to play. I have nothing to play. Why am I playing? I don't want to play no more.
It's the mind behind the curtain with your hosts.
He disappeared. I'm out.
What up, y'all? How you all doing? Get ready, because we're gonna talk about the king of the game.